Hello, everybody. It's Michael here with a little New Year's Eve message there for you guys, just to fill you in about the whole year and looking back on it there, and to do this whole like New Year's Eve message out there like people always do. So anyway, yeah. So it's New Year's Eve now. 2023 is coming to an end, and what lies ahead for the channels in 2024? Well, quite a lot. Quite a lot is on board for it here, but for now, we're just going to focus on what's been happening this whole past year. So, obviously, not a lot from my end, or for the White House Films channel, has had much content out. I think maybe I've done a couple of like live stream stuff, maybe a few videos here and there, but nothing like proper White House Films content, like what you kind of would expect from me. And that was mainly because I was focusing more on my other channel, Miniature Railway Adventures, which it it was celebrating its 15th year this year, so I was trying to get more focused work on that, and also trying to get this idea project of mine to do an animated version of my stories, to see what would become, and the result of that throughout this whole year is, well, we've pretty much have started on the production, and as far as I'm prepared to tell you, uh, the whole of series two of Miniature Adventures has now officially it's all written up now. Everything has all been written. All the stories have been written, and I want to send a huge, massive thank you to the team of writers who have very generously come on board and helped me out get season two finished, written off. It's all it's all scripted out, ready to go into recording stages. As far as I can tell, only one episode has the full cast come in and record their lines for the whole episode. So this is going to be the test episode that I've been talking about, and this is the one that we're going to be focusing the most on before we can do any more further progress on series two. And again, I don't know exactly when the finished item is going to come out, because right now I'm very much near the end of animating just one scene, which I'm surprised it took such a long time to do. But it's just literally just down to what time I had available in between my daytime job as an animator, and just seeing what I can and cannot get done in time. So, and I also had to send a big thank you as well to all the people who has come on board to help out with the production of it there. So I had like people who've come to volunteer doing artwork, digital artwork, set designs, that sort of stuff, and yeah, to them, if they hadn't come aboard, we wouldn't be at where we are today. So so yeah, I'm very, very grateful to them here. And as far as I know, next month here in January, we are going to be doing some more work on that there. So, but for now, we're taking a huge long break. Where we trust me, we after this year's work, we definitely need this break. So, so apart from Miniature Railway Adventures, what other stuff has happened this last year? Well, um, I've got two new engines in terms of miniature railway engines. So I have, I only, as far as I know, I only had planned of just getting the one engine, and how the other one came about was just down to because when it was advertised at the time, I just thought, well, it's reasonably priced. I might as well give it a try and see what it's like. So yeah, the two new engines are two battery electric engines. One of them is a 040 version of a Class 08 diesel shunter, which I've named I've given it the name of Hector, because it's named after my it's named after a nickname that my grandfather used to give me. It was either me or my dad that he used to give us the nickname of Hector. I don't know why he called us Hector. It was just a funny name. So um, I always made sure that I honored his memory by naming an engine after him, and it was always my goal. It was always my goal to have an engine named after members of the family. So Puffer was a different case though, because it was bought specifically for Mint Real Adventures. And as far as I can tell you now, Puffer is still going. He is still going quite well. He's recently had a bit of an upgrade slightly with new lining applied, some new paint applied, and a good wash up. He definitely needs a good wash. So had them all nice and gleaming for a an AGM that took place during the year, and yeah, it was all very good indeed. So the other engine was a little tram engine. It was basically like a little trolley tram that a friend had made, and it looks something like a mobility scooter on train wheels. It looks something like that there, but it's all made from wood. It's all like specially made from wood here. There's no handlebars or anything like that there. It's just like a little trolley type thing, and I saw it and I just saw like the price the guy was selling it for. I thought, well, that's actually quite a good price actually. So I'm not gonna say how much it was because, but it was very reasonable. So I got here, and it's also named after another family member. So who sadly passed away recently. So I named the engine after them, and yeah, it's all been quite good. Been quite good. So apart from those two engines, what else is happening? Well, I remember I've returned to the Bangor Model Railway Show. The was it the North Down Model Railway Society's model shows. The last time I've been there was back in 2018 with Farquhar, and this year they invited me back again because, well, basically because during last year I actually met the people who organised the show during the Cultural show, and I asked them, if, is it possible, can I come back to this show? And they actually said to me, like, we want you to come back. It was like, we didn't know why you couldn't the last time, and I think there was some other reason though, but I can't remember what it was. I don't know why what the reason was, um, but this year, during this year, I was invited back here, and Timothy Yard came on board to help me out run the layout, and we actually had a really good time. Actually, we actually made this. It was actually quite a good show to attend, and yeah, there was quite a few funny bits happened along the way, such as meeting some friends, some old friends that I hadn't seen for quite a long time, and also I think there was a Thomas fan who I used to watch years ago who appeared at the show, but I didn't know it was them at the time. I can only just I think during when I used to go to fan meetups, I can only know who people were if I heard their voice, and if I recognize that voice, I'll be like, oh, it's you, your username, blah blah blah. So yeah, it was great. It was great fun at that there. So yeah, hopefully we should get the invite again for next year's show. I really do hope we do, because the Banger Show was definitely a great show. Um, Fantasy City Walk, was it Cactus? I think it could have been Cactus. As far as I know, it could have been, because I think he's based in Northern Ireland. I don't know. I don't know if he is, but I don't know. I really don't know. He didn't introduce us as characters over there. He just came, looked at the layout, and said something there about it. They said it was quite nice. Um, so yeah, that was all quite good. What else happened this year? Well, job wise, I've been most of the time I've been working on. I work now as an animator for children's TV. I've been working on a lot of productions of the studio who that I currently work for. Let me see what programs have come out that I worked on recently. Well, I can't. There is one program I'm working on right now, but I can't. I'm not allowed to disclose what it is right now. But I can tell you what I did work on before, which came out, which was um. So at the start of this year, I finished working on a production called Happy the Hoglet, which was a show for ITV, and I was brought on board as the animator, one of the animators. So if you ever watch the series, yeah, you have a wee watch through each episode and see if you can guess which scenes I animated. There are some. It was kind of like a bit of a game that me and the other animators used to play. Um, every time we watched a finished episode, we used to try and guess, like, right, who animated this scene? See if we can guess who animated this shot by the character's movements. And chances maybe out of, I don't know, 3 out of 5, we got the answers right, but most of the times we got it wrong because everybody's style is literally like the same. so we, so it makes it a bit more challenging for us. The other show I worked on as well as an animator and also a voice actor as well was Lady Bird and Bee Series 2. This was a show for RT Junior. Um, it was translated in both English and Irish. I don't know if it's translated in other languages. I think it is, but I don't know entirely though. But yeah, it was good. It was good fun working on that series here, and then after that, I did a couple of social media animation stuff, and now I'm working on this new program, which again I can't disclose what it is, but um, from what I've seen so far, I think you guys will really like it. You will definitely like it. Right. So anyway, enough of that. Enough of my work and all that there. Let's see what else happened this year. Oh yes, the Audrey Extravaganza. The third version, third Audrey weekend came about. Now I actually I know I said this in another live stream, which I've actually taken down here because I didn't really quite like how I addressed some of the issues in that there. Um, for some strange reason, I wasn't really all that enthusiastic about attending the Audrey weekend. I mean, I was. I really do. I love going to the Audrey weekend. I love meeting everybody here, and I love going to Wales. I absolutely adore Wales. I love it. But yeah, this year my heart wasn't really at the weekend there. I don't know. It was just I was just more concerned with work going on at home. Um, I basically took my holiday leave at a time where I thought, well, this is not really the best time for me to do it here, but I kind of need the break, you know. So yeah, that was kind of what my mood was. Yeah, and I know everybody was all asking, like, is Michael okay? He seems to be agitated there. It was just because I was kind of like, I was thinking of work all the time. I was just had work on the brain. Just wasn't fully focused on the whole thing. I'm having trouble trying to get the words out. Right now because like when you're doing live stream stuff here, it's like when I used to do Modelers Corner, it used to be so easy to get the words out here. But right now it's just a wee bit hard. So sorry if I do stutter. That's just a natural thing. But anyway, but yeah, that was the thing that was the reason why I was read off during the Audrey weekend this year. So I apologize for that there. But if there is one next year, then hopefully I'll be a bit more enthusiastic. Okay. So what else happened this year as well? Well, people often will be asking me, like, what's going on with Branch Line Engines, your current work in progress Thomas fan film. What's the whole big deal? What's the news about there? Because you've been quiet all about that there. Um, yeah, Branch Line Engines has been taking quite a long hiatus during the time of this year because I was mainly focusing on Miniature Railway. It was a brand new project I was working on, so I wanted to try and do my own stuff here for a while, just take a break from Thomas stuff. And so recently, I have been thinking about coming back to Branch Engines because I had some new ideas for set designs, ways of filming certain things, maybe make some changes to shot directions and stuff like that. There, just basic generic stuff. But yeah, I do plan next year in 2024 to return to Branch Engines with a new fresh mind. Um, hopefully with some more footage took than what was took in the previous years, because as far as I know, most of what already has been filmed for Branch Engines could probably be redone again because of how the set looked, how everything was shot. I don't know. I think just didn't really look right. In fact, as far as I know, the only shot that is staying in the film that I filmed, which looked perfect, only lasts for 5 seconds. So out of all that's been shot so far since I started filming this project, only 5 seconds is being saved for the film. So everything else that I have been shooting on of brand new sets there, chances are I might have to remake the sets again and try again from the start. So that's just the way things are, you know. It's just how the things are. Uh, so yeah, definitely that's gonna be one thing I will have. I will have sorted out for next year. Definitely will have branch engines, have more progress made for branch engines. What else? What else? What else did I have in my head that I wanted to do more of? Ah, yes, the Farquhar Mark II and Elsbridge layout. Now, recently I actually had some ideas to resume that project, and I've been doing a wee bit more research on Riven Audrey's modelling and looking at various background details on various layouts, various models. So there are a few models I do want to go back on again. I want to see about making up a new set of coaches to be representing the original versions of Annie and Clarabelle, because the ones I have right now, they're pretty much showing their age right now, and I think it's about time these two coaches were retired and some new ones came on board to take their place. I'll still keep the original ones. I'll still keep my old ones here as spares just in case anything goes wrong. But yeah, I think I do need to see about getting some new ones made up. I did have a set in the making, but somehow, some reason, I must have got the scale of them wrong because they looked more HO scale rather than double O. But then again, what can you do? Um, so yeah, I'm going to see if I try and see if I can get a new Annie and Clarabelle models made up. I need to get a new Daisy model made because I did have a Daisy model for the layout, but I sold it in 2019 to a Thomas fan who still has it. Actually, he actually showed me pictures of what it currently looks like right now, and it's still in the same condition as it was when I sold it to him. Um, so definitely definitely need to see about getting a new one made up as well to stand in uh, for the one that was sold. Um, what else? What else do I need to sort out? I know my current model of Farquhar, my Farquhar Mark One Lite needs some further upgrades because, as far as I know, the upgrades are slowly coming to an end now. I've only got maybe like a couple of isolation sections to sort out. Um, One of the main issues I did have to change this year for the layout was the tracks going across the baseboard joint. You know where I have the hinges in the middle. Those areas were mostly the areas where quite a lot of derailments happen on the layout, and I've been trying for many times to try and see if there's any way can I actually improve that in any way by terms of like laying new tracks down, or is it down to like alignment issues not there? I've tried all sorts here, but they don't doesn't seem to work all that well. So I think this time round, I have devised a new way of doing this, of making this work, and the result it does work a lot more better now. The edges go over a lot more smoother, and that was the idea is basically just to replace the tracks with just the standard tracks that there was before, but just don't cut the rails. So when it comes to folding the layout to take the shows, I just simply have to slide the rail joints back, lift that bit of track that goes over the baseboard joint, pack it away in the boxes, and then just fold the layout up. And then when it comes to when I get to the show, just unfold the layout, put those tracks back in place, connect the rail joints in place, and that's it. No derailments whatsoever. So yeah, just try and make things a lot more easier for better train movements, really. Right, I'm seeing a lot of comments, a lot of questions coming down here on the chat here, so I will answer them in due course here, so just bear with me for a wee sec. Um, right, what else? There was one last thing I wanted to talk about. What was it now? Yes, my Model Railway Club are seeing about doing, are going to see about doing a new layout, a new club layout, and this layout was commissioned by one of our local parishes who wanted to see if we can make a layout that we can take to like charity events to help raise money for like maybe for schools or community stuff and there. So we had a wee thought about this here, and we have chosen a layout that we're gonna make a new club layout of, and we're going to start working on that there immediately in the new year. So I'll try and keep you guys posted on that there on the club's YouTube channel. What we're also going to be doing as well is that we're also going to be doing a series of how-to videos. So if anybody wants to have a go at beginner's guide to model railways, we'll be doing a video coverage on this club layouts build, and we'll be showing you guys how to build a very basic model railway layout. So it won't be as detailed as like other professional layouts or some of the layouts that we're currently making at the club. So it's just gonna be like we're just gonna go for like very basic principles here, just to make things a little more bit easier for any beginners coming into the hobby. And then maybe after a while we'll do some more video coverage of like maybe some more advanced techniques like doing how to install point motors, how to do ballasting, that sort of stuff. You know that. So just take a wee drink here real quick because the throat gets very dry here. So, so yeah, that was all that's been happening with 2023, and yeah, what can I say other than what I have talked about that's been happening this year? So, what I can say about 2023 is that it's been very productive on my behalf as well as for everybody else's year. Uh, I met some really good friends this year, both at work and also at the audio weekends, and also at model shows. Um, I've learned some new techniques which I never thought would be of great use to me in the future. So that's one good thing as well. Um, and it's also down to this year as well with how much support I've been given with my projects so far. Um, I mean, with like I said, I know I keep mentioning Miniature Railway Adventures, but with this current progress on the series, I really am grateful, like seriously, forever grateful of the little team that's been formed to help develop the animated version of Miniature Railway Adventures. I'm so forever grateful to them. Just basically just for coming together to help me out with this here. As a volunteer basis, like they're just taking this time just to help get this one little idea which I came up with 15 years ago, and it's now finally coming to light. And hopefully this year we'll be able to see these characters who I've been telling stories about them to you guys for these last 15 years. Do my best to describe the characters as if they were like actual human beings, but even though they're not actually real, though they are based off real life people. I'm just so grateful, like of how much support um, my team has put forward to this project and helped encourage me to continue on with Miniature Railway Adventures as much as possible. Because I mean, like I know we all have our own little place, our own little world to go to if if life has been very tough for us. Say like if you were in school, you've been having a hard time at school, hard time at work, or just life in general. Like if there's like this one little place just to escape to, maybe at the end of the day, or maybe for the whole day, perhaps. But yeah, the Miniature Railway Adventures is pretty much my place where I like to escape to, and just to be with these characters who I've created, and just to uh, share their adventures and their character interactions with you all in the best way as I possibly can. And I'm glad that this year people have actually now started to tune into the series and listen to the audiobooks, and actually finally, I don't want to sound so abrupt with this response here, and that is to finally actually get it as to what the series is actually about. Because I know that one person who was brand new to the series, and they were like, oh, didn't they knew me more for like working on Thomas and that there, and they says, oh, have you done other stuff here? And I says, well, I've done this other railway series called Miniature Railway Adventures. It's something a bit different. And they're like, oh, what are the train characters like? And I was like, well, the trains don't talk. It's more or less focusing on the people that work the railway and what their life problems are, and the series covers that there. And they're like, oh, okay. Is it any is is it any good? And I was like, well, I don't know. People haven't really given much feedback on it there, and I've been trying hard to see, asking people, what do you think? And I've been working on the series for like 15 years, and very little people have given me feedback on it there. But this year, you know, people are now starting to come around to actually listen to the audiobooks and like, okay, right, I'm starting to understand now where Michael's coming from with these stories. So this person went on and listened to it, and he got back to me and he says, right, I've just finished listening to the entire series. I was like, what? He's like, yeah. I'm just traveling to and from working. I've literally just finished listening to the recent audiobook, and oh my god, wow. And I'm like, are you sure you've listened to all the stories? Like, he's like, yeah. I've listened to all of them. I says, okay, well, what was the recent one that you listened to? And I think it was Love Hurts at the time. He's like, yeah, I was listening to Love Hurts, and oh my god, that was whoa. And I thought, okay, so maybe he has actually listened to this here. So yeah, he then said to me, he says, right, I'm going to try and message my friends here and try and get them to listen to this here because it's good stuff here. By the way, I'm not actually telling you guys to listen to the series. I'm just giving you guys this guy's feedback on it. All right. um, but yeah, this is like one of the responses where somebody actually just said like, right, I fully understand this series. I fully understand where you're coming from with this here. It's good stuff. And so I said, right, well, I'm glad you like it here. So hope you enjoy what's to come in the future. And yeah, that fella now, he's actually on. I think he's a member of the team actually now. I forget what role he's playing. I think he's one of the voice actors. I think he's one of the voice actors because when he messaged me, I think we got into a voice call or somewhere, and he was telling me like how much he liked it there, and somehow it's just the energy of of his voice. I just said like well, would you like to be in the voice cast? And yeah, he was more than happy about that there. So yeah, that's pretty much all. I think that's pretty much all I'll pretty much say on that there. But yeah, huge big thank you for everybody here for all your support with Mitch Railway and for your feedback on it there. Because seriously, there actually was a stage where I actually did thought about giving up on the series entirely because I didn't think anybody else would listen to it or tune into it and just know me more for doing Thomas stuff. But I'm glad now people are actually now starting to listen to here and they want me to write more stories on that there. So I'm forever grateful on that there. Right, let's have a look at you guys' comments here because you guys have some questions for me to answer. Right, first one, fan of City Walk. Have you read that book I gave you? Book, book. Was that the book that you gave me at the Orgy weekend? I know somebody gave me a book at the Orgy weekend as a birthday present there because it was during the weekend. It was my birthday before the weekend there, and some fans had given me some presents out there, so I was very grateful for them. One of them was actually a book on Irish Railways there, so it could have been that. So I think I don't know where I've put the book actually, because when I got home I had to immediately get back to do work now there, so I just didn't really have time to read any books or anything out there. So if it was you, yeah, I was, yeah, just saw your recent comment. Yeah, it was you. Yeah, I sorry, I didn't get much time to read that book there, but I'm grateful for it. Actually, I will get around to reading it at some point. Let's see, Lucas. If I may ask, is there anywhere to find the dimensions of Midsword or Layout? There, I think there is. There's a book somewhere that was published which features Mitsodor. Um, I can't. For life of me, I can't remember which one it was. Here, I'm sorry. It's one of those like I think it's an Ian Allen book. Um, about model rebuilding. I'll have to find it somewhere. I don't know where I put that book actually at the moment here, but if I do find it, I'll message you and let you know which book it is. Um, but yeah, I will. I will. Let's see. Uh, Moses here is just fan of City Walk asking everybody have they met me? Quite a number of people have met me at like various places like that. Mostly at the Audrey weekend though. I used to go to the Tugs exhibition places, um, exhibition weekends, but recently I just haven't really had much time now to go over there. Now, the last Tugs weekend I went to was back in 2019, and yeah, it was actually quite a fun weekend actually, if I remember rightly. Um, duh, 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 duh. Right, what's this one here? Can we see your Colour Props Thomas, please? I don't have it with me right now here. It's I have it somewhere. I think I have it downstairs in my display cabinet right now. So I'll probably I might show it maybe in another future live stream here, but not just right now if that's okay. Let's see. What's this one here? What is it like going from writing shows to animating them? Yeah, it's actually more challenging. Because like when it comes to writing stories, you pretty much have the vision as in your head. You just basically have to write it down, but also trying to get the words right as well. When it comes to animating, you have to try and get that idea visually done. And there are sometimes when it comes to animating characters, sometimes there are times where I would actually act out the movements, and this is like done with actual animators, where you would act out the motions of what you think the character is going to be moving. Because sometimes when we're showing animatics, we don't often see the movements of what is required. We are often told like what movements are required, but there are times where they actually allow us to use our initiative just to see like what we're capable of doing. And there were quite a number of shots that I did that they quite enjoyed. In fact, in this recent program I'm working on right now, there's one particular shot which I worked on, and the head animator, um, our team leader, he messaged me and he says, "Look, this is actually the best animation thing I've actually seen in my life, seen during this whole production. In fact, this is actually the first time we were actually letting this go through without any notes because it's perfect." And I was just like, okay. And this was actually for the first shot I ever animated for the show, and I was like, okay, that's very kind of you. so, so I was very shocked about that there, and throughout the whole day left me with this big, massive, positive vibe of pursuing on continuing with animation work. But when it comes to like writing stories, I mean, I do miss writing scripts and that there. I do miss the fun of that there, and I do like writing stories and that there. But I will mix and match, see what happens. But yeah, if the opportunity to do some more writing stuff were to come around, well, we'll just see what way my contract is, and see what works and what doesn't work. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I think I'll just wait until my what I'm working on right now finishes, and then start working on this other thing, because I think that's how it works. In fact, that's how it should work, as far as I know. Uh, right. Let's see. What other questions have we got here? Right, I can't answer that one because I don't go into that kind of subject. Um, oh, let's see here. This one here. This is for the Brown Sciences film. Do you have all the models finalized for the film? Most of them. Most of them. The only model that's currently still in the back pages of getting its model made is Percy. But that model, I do know how to sort out the problems with it, because there were quite a lot of issues that I had with the model that I had in mind for Percy. But right now, like once I get back onto filming Brown Sciences again, I will have this issue fixed. Everything will be sorted out, and we'll definitely get this film underway again and try and get it finished. Because I know it came across a comment some years ago, um, that some fan put up. I forget where. It could have been back when I was on Twitter. It could have been maybe on a Discord server. I don't know where. I don't know where it was. But basically, they were just saying like let's hope we don't have meet a fan who announces a new project and then 5 years later cancels it. I mean, I'm still working on the film. And people, some members of the cast have actually messaged me saying, like, are you still working on this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still working on it. It's just taking a long time to do. And I do show them some behind the scenes stuff of what actually is currently being worked on. They're like, oh, okay, I fully understand why it's taking so long. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of why. Um, all I will say to you guys here, what actually is currently working on Branch Engines right now is that a brand new set is being made, and it's taken a long time to do because this is going to be like, unlike all the other sets here, this one is going to be like a permanent type set, because it's one particular set that I really wanted to make for a while, and the way it's going so far, it's progressing really well, surprisingly. And so yeah, I just want to try and keep more focus on that there and try and make it look as good as I possibly can for this film because you guys want to see the best see the best out of me here. So I want to try and get the best of my modeling skills out there for the film. In fact, I'm even looking at various examples of other model layouts that I've been using for inspiration. Reading magazines out there. Some people have done some really good layouts. Um, Ways of doing scenery work, ways of doing building work, scratch building works, loco building, wagon building, all that sort of stuff here. And then, but also at the same time, learning about how to film with miniatures, what's the best way of doing this here, how to create this effect, how to solve problems to make it a bit more easier for me to work through, or, that sort of stuff here. These little challenges I kind of like enjoy doing to make it all uh, challenging and easy for me at the same time. But but yeah, as far as I can tell you guys here, all the characters barring Percy is ready for the film. Okay, do you have Discord? Yes, I do. But for now, I won't give the details as to what my Discord is because sometimes I do have sometimes I do accept some friend requests from fans, but there are some times where fans would actually call me up like on a voice call. At the most, well, I don't want to say inappropriate times, but sometimes at the times where you don't want to call me. So like times where a fan will call me literally when I was in the middle of a meeting at work, and I had to message them. I had to mute myself from the meeting and just answer the call and just says, "Look, I'm very sorry right now. I'm in a meeting right now." And the fan didn't say anything like, "Oh, sorry to disturb you out there. Goodbye." They just responded by saying, "Oh," and said a very loud curse word, and then just hung up. That's all. That was the response, and I was just left out just going, "Okay," and but yeah, just put it out there. So if anybody was to call me on Discord, there, just make sure you call me at a reasonable time, or if I check with me if I am available to chat to you guys. Um, Most of the times I would probably be working on my own stuff, or just maybe just I won't be at the computer at all. Just putting it out there. Okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, what's this here? Banterous Engines. Not sure if you remember me, but I was the guy who called you over on the bench at Taiwan on the Friday before OG3. Yes, I do remember you. Yes. Yeah, I do remember. I think I was. It was very busy that day. That Friday was a very busy day for us. So yeah, we were busy working away on it there. So I can't remember what it was. I was talking to you about because a lot of stuff really has been happening. Like I said, this whole year, and so I wouldn't be able to remember everything that's been said to me during the OG weekend here. So I apologize if I don't remember what exactly we talked about. But yeah, I do remember. I do remember seeing you there. It was a good time. What was this one here? There's another one that followed up here. Wonder if we could talk about a project I'm working on that I'm making. I'm making some module models for, and need some help and advice with that. Yeah, sure. If at some point there, if you have my contact details not there, I think I'm on. Let me see now. I know I've left Twitter, but I'm now on. What's this? What's that alternative version? Is it Blue Sky? I'm on there. I'm on Blue Sky there. So if you find me on Blue Sky there, you can contact me through there, and we can I can fill you in with whatever. Um, help you need with making up replicas of the Audrey models. So, oh, just announced where my current social media platform is now. Wow. Let's see now. What else have we had here? Tank Engine 97. Hello there. How have you been? Oh, mate, if you had known how busy I was this year, you will understand. But yeah, I'm just like, ugh. Just right now, I'm literally just I'm still recovering from this year, both from like miniature railway and also my work as well. Because like, my God, I really needed this Christmas break. Oh, it's nearly over. It's nearly over now. I've only got one day left before I return to work here. But the good thing is I'm going to go back into work for 2 days, and then I've got a week's holiday that that I'm looking forward to as well. So that's another that's like part two of my my rest recovery for this year. So I'm looking forward to that day now. So but yeah, once that holiday's over there, I'll be pretty much fully recharged and ready to resume work on both my jobs work and also my current projects work as well. So as far as I know, my calendar for 2024 is quite packed because at the very start of this year, for the first couple of months of 2024, it is like fully booked with projects and stuff that needs to be looked at. Military Railway is only just part of that. It's only just a wee fraction of it here, but all other parts here, it's just like woof, whole lot of stuff. But that's for another day to talk about. Right. Let's see. What's that there? Lucas says, sorry for my disclosure. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't mind it there. Um, oh, hello. Smack down. What will you be working on after Pablo in terms of non-Thomas projects? Um, well, the one project I'm currently working on right now. Again, tell I can't talk about it because I'm under contract not to talk about it here. But as far as I can as far as I can say is I'm really enjoying it. That's all I'll say. It's a really good, challenging project for me. And as far as work are informing me here, they're very impressed with my work. So go me. but um, but yeah, I'm doing good here. I'm working on as well. Apart from like work and my own stuff here, I am working on some other projects with friends. Um, doing like voiceover stuff. Maybe a few model commissions, maybe once in a while. But just on and off stuff, really. Um, I think one of the projects I'm working on right now, which I was working on yesterday, was renovating a model railway layout for a friend because this model railway layout was actually from an old. It's actually the layout belonged to an old friend of mine who sadly died from, I think it was cancer last year, and his widow donated his model layout to my miniature railway club, and so I've been given the task of renovating it and restoring it. So these last couple of months I've been busy working on that there, and it's been quite good so far. So so yeah, that's probably one of the main projects that's being focused on at the moment here. So and then I'm also working on other projects at my model railway club as well. So including that layout that I mentioned earlier on. Okay, what's the next one? What's the next one? Uh, what's this one here? If there's an Audrey X4 in 2020, are you planning on going? If I'm asked to come back, I will. As far as I know, I haven't heard any word back yet as to if there is going to be another one. So yeah, you probably have to maybe ask Luke Ryan about that there, because as far as I know, I don't know yet. I hadn't heard any word about that yet. So yeah, we'll keep it under wraps. We'll just wait until we hear the official word yet, because as far as I know, Luke hasn't said anything yet. Ever thought of doing some more stop motion projects in the future? Yeah, actually, because Miniature Railway Adventures, the animated series, it's incorporating quite a bit of stop motion work. So yeah, I've been working on a bit of that there. Uh, Other stuff, I was thinking about doing another stop motion project, but yeah, it's just like doing stop motion stuff. It takes a lot of work to do, and plus it's also quite costly. Um, so so with the stop motion stuff in Miniature Railway, I'm just trying to find ways of making it very low cost as I possibly can. Because with some assembly required, that was pretty much all funded by my pay from work when I used to work on Pablo. So so work on Pablo funded some assembly required, and I'm very glad of that there because some of the stuff I had to get for that there was quite expensive. But yeah, it was a fun project. I must admit, it did cost me a bit of sanity here and there because university and all that there was getting on my back, and there were times I did lose my temper during production of that project. So in fact, actually, um, just to briefly give you one insight as to like what parts of that where I lost my temper was. I think it was it was during the part where in the film where the little man whose name's Eric apparently. Um, I forget why I called him Eric, but anyway, it's basically in the shot in Someone's Name Required where he's actually getting his tools out of getting the tools out of the toolbox there, and he's lying them all out on the grass. It was during that I actually lost my temper so badly that it was mainly because at the time I was using a wireless remote control system to take the take the stills for the camera for the shots, and the thing wouldn't, the receiver that there would not pick up the signal of the remote control that was supplied with it here because it was a very cheap receiver thing I got off Amazon. And just trying to get just one still of this character, just picking something up and putting it down, took roughly nearly a half an hour or an hour just to get a signal from the receiver to from the remote control to the receiver on the camera. It just took like forever. And you just see me like just standing behind the camera, just going this here with the remote, trying to find an area where the receiver would pick up the signal. And at one point, I just went, I just went like that. There, it's just a wee swish movement, and all I can remember was seeing this little tiny remote control which I was using to film the entire film. The film at this stage was like halfway through filming stages. And I just remember this little remote control going whizzing past my face and exploding on the wall of the bedroom that I was working in. And I just sat there. I just sat there for a bit. And I just went, right. That was my only remote for this camera, and I have less than a week to get this finished. It'll take roughly a week for a new remote to come in the post. What am I going to do now? I think at that point I decided to go to bed because at that point it was like 12 a.m. at that point here. So I was like, yeah, I need to go to bed now because I'm knackered. But somehow I did manage to find another remote that had the same frequency that worked with the receiver, so I managed to get the film. So what I did. But that was like a few times where I kind of snapped during production wise. But yeah, I will. There is going to be some more stop motion projects in both Branch Engines and Miniature Railway Adventures. So there will be quite a number of stop motion stuff incorporated into that there. Um, and I must admit, actually, my stop motion work has actually improved since some assembly required. So yeah, look forward to seeing that. Okay, what's the next one here? I have to pretty much wrap this up here because it'll be the new year by the time I finish this here, and we're already like nearly an hour into this video. Okay, let's see. Right, let's see. I think I've asked this many times in the past. I do sometimes take liberties when making the Audrey model, such as not being able to obtain certain models or parts for them. Right, so one of the things I do enjoy when it comes to replicating the Revan Origins models is actually trying to find the parts that was used to make the models, because I find the treasure hunting of that there is to be more fun than actually buying and using that part to make this model with, because it's I just find it enjoyable just to actually gain that knowledge as to what was used and to understand what part of this item was used. to make the specific part of an engine or rolling stock or building. And for quite a while now, like there, I've been hearing some new info here. Like even during the recent Audrey extravaganza, I thought to myself, like, right, I pretty much know all there is to know now about what went into the Audrey models. I'm sure to God there's nothing going to be anything brand new that I need to be aware of. Oh, how wrong was I? Because I don't want to say exactly where, when, or where I found out this information, but apparently there were two brand new bits of information about the both Revenant's layouts and one of his models that I did not know anything about. Hearing that news now, I thought, wow, okay, that makes such a lot of sense. It makes such a lot of sense and answers a lot of questions I had in my head. So yeah, I'm very glad to know about that there. So, but yeah, I think like the recent items that have been bought recently for like Revenant model replicas is I've managed to obtain the original bogies that were used for but the original bogie wheel sets that were used for the original Annie and Clarabelle models. As far as I know, they were made by Hamblins, which Revenant got most of his model railway stock from. So I managed to find a set on eBay. They were the right ones that we used for running Clarabelle, so I have them on reserve for these brand new spare models, which I'm hopefully going to make at some point. And yeah, see how that progresses. But yeah, um, but then if there's times where I can't find any of the parts at all, I would just find ways to see if there's a way can I actually recreate them through like 3D printing out there. Now, recently, my 3D printer now is now bust because the company that makes the printer no longer makes them anymore, so I can't get any spare parts for them. So I need to try and find a new 3D printer before I can do any more like 3D printing stuff for like miniature railway or branch line engines at all. So I'm back to doing scratch building stuff again. Well, hey. So right. Let's see. Right, so guys, do you mind just if I pause just for a sec? I just need to make one visit here real quick. I just need to do something real quick. Sorry, just bear with me one real sec. All right, sorry about that. Just had to sort something out real quick before it got a bit embarrassing. Right. Okay, what's the next question here? Because again, I need to try and wrap this up here because, like I said, it'll be the new year very shortly here, and I have to get through all the other stuff. Okay. What's this next question here? Can I try reaching you on Facebook? I'm not sure if that's a good alternative, but if not, no worries. Yeah, maybe not reach me through Facebook there because that's more. I think I kind of use that mostly for like personal stuff out there. So yeah, if you do find me on Facebook, don't contact me through there because it's more personal stuff there, like family matters and stuff like that. So yeah. Let's see. Did you find all you needed for the club track plan layout you were working on? Club track plan. Yeah, we're going to be looking into all. Yeah, this is probably for the new layouts that we're working on at the moment here. Yeah, we're going to be working on that there. When we come back here, as far as we know, we have all the track. Somebody has most of the track that we need for it, And as far as we know, we just need to try and get all the buildings and stuff for it. So again, I'll discuss all about that there in the video guide video when I get around to making it. Oh, I'm out of breath right now. Sorry about that. Sorry if I'm gasping. I'm just like breathe. Okay, what's this next one here? Are you working on any non-fiction? Any non-fiction? Non-fiction, maybe factual stuff? Well, there is a video I did want to try and see about making, which was it was all about it was basically a history guide video. Like you know when Luke Ryan did his Midsolar Mysteries video. Well, I was in the process of actually. I think it was like during the same year actually. I was actually in the process of doing a brand new, a whole new video as well, which was all about the history of Reverend Orgy's model layouts. And Luke has been very helpful in the research on that there. So, unfortunately, the original project file got lost in a computer wipe because during that year, my computer had some issues with. I think it was like an update type thing. It was basically going through an update, and then the whole system just froze, and it just completely crashed. And when I took it in for repairs, the guy says, "Look, I'm sorry. The only way we can fix this here is just to wipe the whole system clean." And I was like, crap. I have a whole lot of projects on that I haven't backed up yet here. So this all include um, like some footage of Branch Engines that I've been working on that I yet to I was had in line to be archived. It was mostly like behind the scenes stuff here, so you know it's not really all important. But and like I said, some shots in that film is going to be reshot anyway, so it's not a big loss. But the other one here was this documentary video which I was making, and unfortunately that got lost. So, but thankfully all the I've backed up all the original documents, the document scripts that me and Luke had been working on, as well as all my reference photographs and photographs that were made for the video. They've also been backed up as well, so I'm very glad that they've been saved. So at some point I will return to that project, and we'll see about making that project possible again. Because I think there might be some stuff you guys might like to see, but I'll leave it there for now. Uh, what else? Any other questions here? Okay, let's see. Right, again, there's a question that's coming through here which I can't answer because it's not in my line of of topics to discuss about. So yeah, I'm not gonna say who's asking the question here, but I'm sure you know who it is, and yeah, just don't ask that question again because I'm not gonna answer it. Let's see, what's this one here? Would you ever consider using some old school film cameras to film certain stop motion scenes? Some cameras can go from all out, but processing is a lot. Would you ever consider using some film cameras? Well, the cameras I'm using right now, I mean, it does the stop motion job very well because I mean it's designed specifically for just mainly photography work rather than filmmaking. But like I sometimes do some of my film work on it though because of the result it gives when it does filming looks very cinematography in a way. So, but I don't think I think some of my old cameras that I have. See, I think as far as I know, I only had like I think I maybe had two or three cameras back in the old days before I had my current one, which is a I use an Nikon or Nikon DCC 300 um, DSLR camera. Um, but before I used a JVC video camera. Before that, it was a camera it was a camera that ran off little micro videotapes. So it was one of those ones there, but the quality wasn't always all that good. And I think out of a lot of them there, I would mainly use the Nikon D3300 for most for if there's any videos that I want to look all professional looking here, I would use that one here. But if there's anything I would need to do, like if I need some stuff filmed in a rush, or I need like longer video time, I would use the JVC camera. But yeah, as far as I know, I haven't got any other cameras at hand that I would would do that sort of stuff. Okay. Oh, this one. This is a good question here. Would you ever like to work at Aardman? I almost did at one point because a couple of years back, I give me a sec here. A couple of years back, I actually did try to apply for a course that Aardman was doing for like newcomers for stop motion stuff, and this was like before. I think it was before I attended university back in 2014. I think it was. Yeah, 2014, and I I had looked at the course here. I thought, okay, that's all pretty good here. It teaches me all the skills that I need to know about how to do stop motion and what skills I need to do. Okay, it might be worth applying for this here. And so I went in to apply for it, but then I found out exactly how much the cost would be to rent a house in Bristol, where Ardner was based. And I looked and I thought, okay, I don't think I'm able to afford that rent for 1 week, let alone like be an entire month or a year, depending on how long the course is. So I thought, like, if I ever do attend this course, it's going to cost me a fortune just for living accommodations rent rather than just doing actual work. So or traveling over. So yeah, that was kind of that whole idea was literally put to a halt at once. And yeah, it was that was like I think that was one of the first few times I've actually almost did work for Armin. In fact, well, actually, I do tell a lie actually because some of the programs I think the program one of the programs I worked on previously, Happy the Hoglet, I think that's being distributed by Aardman. So maybe that technically counts. I work for Aardman. No, I don't think so. But I work with another studio, but Aardman distributed that production. So yeah, that's maybe that might answer that question. I think that's probably it here. But yeah, I think when it comes to working on Aardman stuff, yeah, I think there might be some areas of it that I might find a bit challenging. Like I think in one terms where they have the section where they talk about storyboarding, where they have their storyboards and they're talking through all the shots of everybody. I remember seeing their storyboards and I'm like, okay, I would have no idea how to understand this, how to understand these storyboards here. I have to be like I'll probably have like a big course as to how to actually understand this kind of setup for storyboarding and what way to go about it. But yeah, but as far as I know, yeah, my current work right now, I'm enjoying it so far. But again, I can't disclose what it is I'm working on, so sorry. Right, guys, I think that's pretty much all the questions I have here on the chat here. So listen, guys, thank you so much here for tuning into this video here. It's gone for nearly over an hour now. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So listen, thank you so much for making this year a good one for me here. Both for like personal wise and also for like project wise. Um, I know I've said this before, and I've said this to the guys many times on the Discord server. To my team who've come together to help me with Metro Road Adventures. I thank you guys so much for taking the time to help me with the series here. It's literally been like a 15-year long project that I really want to try and get done, and I'm so glad that you guys actually have also shared an interest in the project as well because um, like I said in a while back, that in a previous time, that somebody was actually asking like what's Miniature Railway Adventures all about here, and I tried to explain to him what it was. And after listening to a couple of these stories, there he finally clicked as to like say, right, okay, it's literally exactly complete the opposite of what I thought it was. So yeah, I'm definitely going to check this out here. So, but guys, listen, thank you so much here. Thank you so much for helping me out with this project here, and also to the guys at home, who tuned into the series here. Thank you again for your support to try and get the first series finished this year. I didn't think we were going to get the series one of Miniature Robot Adventures finished this year. It's been great. Uh, Almost very overwhelming actually, because again, like I just can't believe it's all happened. Like it's now here. We've done it. We've done it. We've hit a milestone. And and also a big thank you to the guys who run the Miniature Road Adventures Twitter page. I mean, I haven't given them much disclosure as to who they are, but they send their very best as well here. And again, if you want to follow them on Twitter, again, it's at Mini Railway Adventure. Just follow them there. Again, like I said, I'm no longer on Twitter anymore, so I can't talk to you guys through there. But yeah, if you want to chat to them there, feel free to do so. They might, they're more or less like, I think they kind of more or less want to try and respond as the characters from the series rather than as themselves, because if they do respond as themselves, they'll probably might give away who they are. But yeah, if you want to talk to them as if you want to talk to the characters, feel free to do so, and they'll do their very much best to respond. So, but yeah, it's just good. It's more or less to help them, like try and get more public feedback on the project, and also get more support on it as well. Uh, who else do I want to thank here for this year? Yeah, I also want to thank my good couple of close friends who have made during this year, such as the lads who do the audio extravaganza weekend here, like Daniel, Luke, Stuart, Neil, Andrew, Scott, Hayden, Mayo, all those guys here, all the guys who were originally called the Farquhar Rats. We were originally called the Rats. We've now retired that name now, so we're just now the Audio Extravaganza team. That's our new name now. So so the Rats are now dead. We're now under a new name. But yeah, big thank you to them here for their friendship these last couple of years here, and to provide them going over to Wales would not be worthwhile. So, um, who else needs to say thanks? Also, big thanks to my friends at the Miniature Railway Club. They've been giving their huge support with my project with Miniature Railway Adventures. They've been seeing some progress of the animated series so far, including seeing one of the sets. When they saw, actually, I just want to point out here, when they actually saw the sets, one of the sets here, because I'm trying to recreate what the original site was from the old Miniature Railway Club. When they saw the sets, they literally thought they were looking at a photograph of the original place, and they were like, "Wait, that's a model? You, oh my god, that looks so cool!" And they were giving like their full support of it. In fact, it was actually that good. They actually made it into the club's newsletter, which was actually quite good. First time ever, Miniature Railway Adventures made it into the club's newsletter in all of 15 years. So, but yeah, huge big thank you to them, and also huge big fan. Not big fan. Well, maybe a big fan, I suppose, here, because he's pretty much a huge fan of the series since the very beginning. Great big thank you to my friend Chris, aka Casey Jr., who has been supporting me with the project of Miniature Railway Adventures since the very start. Helped me out with getting the stories written here up until his retirement in 2021. And also for his return to Miniature Railway Adventures as of this year. He is now back on the team. So Casey Jr. is now back on Miniature Railway Adventures, now as the series consultant. But he also is one of the writers as well on the team here. So really pleased to have him back on the team. And I wish him the very best with his future with us on the team again. So huge big thank you to you, mate, here, and also for like our friendship, like this last. Let me see how long have we actually been friends now? We've been friends now for like maybe over nearly 20 years. That's how close our friendship is. We were friends for like over 20 years, nearly 20 years now, or more. Yeah, maybe I think it is, but over 20 years. So yeah, big thank you to you, mate, here, for being my friend and support with the project and all that there. Okay, guys. Gonna wrap this up. Last video of 2023 from this channel. I hope you guys have a great new year. Wish you all the very best here, and stay safe. make sure if you have plans or dreams that you wanted to achieve in 2024, make sure you achieve them as best as you possibly can. Um, I can't think of what else to say. Love life, be a good person, and never ever eat pears. Don't eat quote. You have to get that out. You have to get that out. But yeah, thanks so much, guys. Take care and have a great new year. All the best to you. All the best. Bye bye.